Hello, everyone. My name is Steppa, Stepparachi, whatever you prefer. You know what I'm saying. Welcome to my second episode of Steppa Said, where I just be transparent as possible. And my channel was basically just it's therapeutic for myself by just being vulnerable, being transparent of some of the struggles I've went through growing up, things I've dealt with personally, the things I see people dealing with around myself, and just the way I view the world. And me talking about these things really helped myself, and it helped. And I done had talks with people, and my talks with people that help them through situations, and also those talks done help me through situations. I just give it up raw, you know what I'm saying? I give it up, the way I see it. Some things I might say, people might be like, whoa, or why is he saying that? Or, really, it's something maybe even embarrassing to myself, you know what I mean? But I know that once I get it out and I say what's in my mind, that it's out there. And I understand that none of us think the same, you know what I mean? And we all have our thoughts. And like I said, we all are here to learn our lessons, I believe, in this life. And this is a part of my journey and a part of my healing. You know what I mean? So this episode right here, I want to talk about growing up with, a crack rock cocaine addicted mother. And just how it makes you feel as a black man coming up and seeing that. The things you deal with when you grow up with a mom that's on crack. And a lot of my friends' mom was also on crack. So, I have like a wide perspective of just what we deal with as far as from a female point of view and from a male point of view. My mother, she's still ahead, God bless. And she still deal with her crack addiction to this day. But the thing is, when I first, coming up, my mother was a single mom for the most part. She was with my sister's father, which is the youngest. I'm the oldest of my siblings. On my mother's side, I have is me. It's my brother that's younger than me, and then it's my sister that's the youngest. And so I was the oldest. And just seeing that, you kind of sometimes you feel like it's normal because, I grew up on the north end of Hartford in a project, and I grew up on the avenue. So I gotta, so when you grow up, especially in a project, you see it's so many of your peers, mothers, it's in the same situation as you, that you don't really see anything really. Well, you see something wrong with it because as your kid, you see it going on, and you obviously know some shit wrong with it. Motherfucker, y'all doing that and all that, and they geeking and and all that. So it's something wrong, but you don't understand how not normal that is. You know what I mean? Like going out into the hallway and seeing somebody sleep and people pissing in your hallway, and you know what I'm saying? Your mother having her friends who also smoke crack coming in and out the house. You know what I mean? Seeing your mom buy crack off, people that you see every day. You know what I mean? And as a young man, that hurt your feelings, man. It hurt your feelings. And not only do it hurt your feelings, but it makes you feel like, I'm going back my childhood, to put myself in that, just in that realm, and just to really, really, really get in touch with those feelings I used to have back then. Just really, really get in touch with that. And it's crazy how your mom, it's almost like some old superhero shit. Like my mother, she used to work and she'd come home, you know what I'm saying? Regular, you know what I'm saying? Regular. So as soon as she come home, first thing she want to do was take that hit. So she get out of work, boom, boom, hey, whatever, this and this and that. Regular now, face regular, everything regular. Motherfucker go in the room, hit that motherfucker. Now all of a sudden she come back out, yeah. Like a superhero, like you just went in there and became super crack mom. Like you just was regular coming in. Now you went in your room, you know, put on, and now you hit that rock. Now you're super crack mom. Like you just about to, you know what I'm saying? Just run around, you know what I'm saying? Throwing crack at people to save the day. I don't know, but what I'm saying is, when you see that happening, you just like, wow, like this drug, you don't really have a real understanding of what the drug is. But once you start getting around like other children who probably got more knowledge of what it is, they be like, oh, your mother's a crackhead. Your mother smoked crack. Like that shit hurt because it makes you feel like damn, like she smokes crack. Like they laughing at me because my mother smoked crack. And you try to process the emotions, and you really don't. You know what I'm saying? Because the other side of that, when your mother get high, she get in a good fucking mood. You know what I mean? So when she do that, you know you can ask her for stuff, and you know you'll get it. Like it could be 2 a.m. You know, we like 11, 10. Can I go outside? Yeah, just go downstairs. Go downstairs, right? Just go. And we running around outside fucking 2, 3 in the morning. You know what I mean? Because they feeling so good because they done, you know, hit the crack rock. But truth be told, it makes you feel less of I'm not gonna say a man because I wasn't a man back then, but as I developed and was growing, it makes you feel less than, because it makes you feel like, damn, I can't save her from wanting to get high. And then my mom used to always tell us about things that happened to her growing up down south, and it was a lot of like weird stuff going on. Like in them days, like mother born in 59. So when she's growing up back in like the 60s and the early 70s, that down south where she was at, like the stuff that family members was doing to like nieces and the women in the family, like it was like, when I hear these stories, I'm like, whoa, like how the hell could people do this stuff to children? You know what I mean? So that my mother made sure we understood her story. You know what I mean? Like she told us things that happened. You know, her being, you know, messed with by family members and stuff like that. And because what happened with my mother was, my grandmother had my mother, I think at like 14 or some shit, like some young age, like 14 or 15. So my grandmother left my mother with her father down south. So my mother was raised up by her father, my grandfather, who I never met, because she felt the way about what happened to her down when she was getting raised by him. And he passed now probably like 2 years ago or something like that. Yeah, about 2 years ago. And I never met the man. I never even spoke to the man. You know what I mean? She did, but I never spoke to the man. And that's how my family is. It's like when it comes to like communicating and talking and just talking out your, like, it's like we don't have that on my mother's side. Like my mother, she talked about like things that happened to her. She did do that, but she don't like open up and like it's crazy now I think about it. She really ain't tell me as much about, you know, like she got other sisters from her father's side that she be talking to on Facebook. You know, her father died. You mean saying like she didn't really never told us much about him. So I never met like my mother's father. Never met him. My real father, that's another episode I'm gonna do on me finding out who my real father was like a year or something ago. And the man who I thought was my father, who I'm named after and shit. You know what I mean? Named after the dude. So that's just a whole nother episode. But getting back to my mother on crack, she used to get high with matter of fact, my partner who I do the Go Through podcast with, Deacon Jones, with his mother. And they used to get high than a motherfucker, you know what I'm saying? And we used to, you know, it was crazy because we used to think it was a fun time because, like I said, we get to ask them for stuff, and you know what I'm saying? And they be nice. Yeah, go. Yeah, you go outside, or you can have this, or you give us $1. It just was a good time, you know what I'm saying? And that's how we dealt with it, I must say, because we knew that once they smoked some crack, that we was able to do what we wanted to do. And as time went on, man, I used to deal with like my esteem was low, man. I had like low self-esteem because of that, and because just where I was at, I just always knew it was more out there. So the thing with me is, we didn't really have like, we didn't get dressed like that because we didn't really have good clothing like that. Well, we was decent, you know what I'm saying? But man, one year, I wanted some, when the champion shoes came out, I wanted some champions and shit. I was waiting. Oh man, I want some red champions. Go to school, I'm gonna kill them. You know what I mean? She gave me some fucking Jordashes, man. It's crazy. Some damn Jordashes. I remember that, man. Give me some damn Jordan. But I understand, we struggle, but my esteem was just low. You know what I'm saying? One, because I looked like a frog. Then on top of looking like a frog, I just wasn't that fly. And I always had these outfits in my head. Like, this frog looking motherfucker had like outfits in his head I just wanted to put together, but I didn't have no money to do this shit, man. So I just wanted to be accepted. So I had to see the dudes out there, you know, selling their drugs and shit. And they got they got chains on. They got, you know, nice clothes on. They got rings on. The ladies love them. You know, they feeling, I mean, they making selling drugs look good. And when you dealing with those kind of situations growing up, your mother on crack, and you really ain't got no male role model in the house. And I'm the oldest. I was the oldest in the house, so my sister and brother, I believe, more so was looking up to me. Even though I didn't, I don't know how I did with that. You know, how I, you know, how I done in that position of being in that position of them looking up to me. I don't know how good I did or whatever, you know what I mean? But, so I always just wanted to be outside. I wanted to sell drugs. Like, I always used to say that shit, like, yo, I want to sell drugs, man. I want to be a part of what was going on, but I was a good dude. You know what I mean? I was like one of those dudes where, I was the kind of dude where, like, you know, I was charismatic, but I wasn't one that you would look at to be out in the streets. I was more so like the cool dude, funny, who you would think like maybe he'd, you know, had a job and did it that way rather than be out amongst them. You know what I mean? But I wanted that because I wanted to be accepted. You know what I mean? I wanted to be fucking accepted. And I wanted fly clothes. You know what I mean? I want a lady. You know what I mean? I wanted a girlfriend and stuff, man. I had a little girlfriends, you know, we booting and all. I wanted a girlfriend. You know what I'm saying? So, man, ended up, you know, selling weed at first. And I just felt so good that I finally was doing something. I started selling weed probably like 14, 15. I started in 92, 93. You know what I'm saying? So I was born in 78, 88, 99, 91, 92, 93. So I was like 15. And I'm selling weed. I'm happy than a motherfucker because I'm just starting to. And for some reason, like, remember one day, you know, I made my first knot of money. My first knot, you know what I mean? Like on my own. You know what I'm saying? I didn't really, I remember me and my boy, we was hustling for the puffy coats that came out. But it was these silver puffy coats. It was like, it was silver, it was chrome. You know what I mean? Like we wanted one bad. They was like $80, $85 at the store. I remember it was like $80, $85 at the store. So I was like, yo, so we hustling the weed, boom, 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 boom. I remember when I first made that money to buy the coat, I felt so good to be able to go in the store and buy that $85 puffy chrome coat, even though I look like a big ass 50-cent piece or a dollar coin, I don't know. But I just felt so good that I was able to do something out, you know, on my own, to be able, on the streets too, I'm selling drugs, to buy me something, to buy me a coat. You know, I bought the coat, man, I felt I had that motherfucker on, cost like $80. So then, after I got the coat, I'm feeling myself. So boom, I got hit off. My man Brooklyn hitting me up. You see how I was hustling the week. I was so excited to be selling weed that I was out there. I was going crazy, you know what I mean? Because I was just so happy to be in the loop. Because like I said, growing up in, you know what I'm saying? You feel like you ain't got shit. So you just start, boom, going, pew. So I made my first knot of money, like my first real one of them knots. You just pull that motherfucker out every time you're around somebody. It's the same knot. It probably, you know, go up a few dollars, go down a few dollars. But that motherfucker still was like this. I had that shit in my pocket every time I used to go home. I used to go back to the avenue. I used to be on the avenue selling weed. Then, you know, my mother had moved back to the Ville. So I used to go to over the Sterling Street, sell my weed, and I used to go back, go back to the Ville. So boom, I put my knot of money up in the closet every night before I go night. You know, it's like I tuck my knot in and shit. Like, okay, knot, you have a good night. Put my knot up there. My knot be up there chilling and shit. So then every morning I get up, first thing I do, grab my knot, fuck my face, fuck washing my face, fuck brushing my teeth. I gotta go get that knot because I knew I was living. My mother had sticky fingers. I ain't even gonna lie to you. My mother used to sit still, man. And that hurted me so bad, man, because, well, let me get to the story. So I used to always check on my knot. So one morning I wake up, boom, get ready, go get my knot. Fuck is my knot? Where's my knot, yo? Where the fuck is my knot, man? My knot gone. My knot gone. Gone. Everything gone. Just gone. And me saying that now, just gone. It hurt. It cut me so deep. And you know, I'm not gonna say it was my mother because I'm not 100% sure. Because my brother was there too. You know what I mean? And out of him, my mother, man, I don't know. I know my sister wouldn't do that to me. I don't believe she would do that to me. But my knot was gone. My knot was fucking gone. It didn't leave me anything. Nothing. I put all that work in. I forgot how much it was. I don't know. $600 maybe. I forgot. It was a lot for me because I went out there and I made it. So it was like $600. I don't remember what it was, but it was a nice fucking knot. And it was gone. The shit was just gone. And so then I asked him, like, "Ma, you seen my money?" "No, what money? What you talking about?" And it just used to hurt me so much because what are you gonna say to Because I'm not the type of person to blatantly disrespect my mother. Cause I was a cool guy. So you're not gonna hear me say, "Man, bitch, you know you got my fucking shit, man. You wanna fucking steal from me?" Da da da. And I wouldn't say that. So I used to just be mad, like, come on, man. Like, I used to do stuff like that, but then I just leave, go outside, and I just try to just, just whatever, deal with it, how I'm going to deal with it. But that shit used to sting me so much. And even when I started selling dope, I started selling heroin, man, and my stuff got stolen. You know what I mean? Stuff just gets stolen, man. I used to be, and that's why now when people steal from me, even now I got like a complex. So when I get stole from, the shit cut me so deep because it made me think back to those times where I was just, getting, people, I was getting things taken from me in my own house. And it just made me feel so bad that was happening to me. And I mean, because I wouldn't do that to them. You know what I mean? I mean, I'm not a saint. Of course, I done did things. You know what I mean? I done did things. But when it come to like stealing from my family or stuff like that, I just had a conscience. I couldn't do that. So when it used to happen to me, that shit used to cut me so deep, man. And just going through this stuff now and thinking about it, and I know my mother just was, for the most, I was like, this, when it comes to that crack, man, it's like that shit be calling them. I don't know how that feel, but the way it don't look like it feel good. I don't understand why you would want to do a drug that will make you fucking nose do this, you're moving on, like a little kid got the remote control to your body and they just doing anything, you just geeking. It makes you, do that. And I don't know the feeling of, but I listen to people in interviews and just the way that they talk about the way it make them feel, it don't look like it feel like that. You know what I mean? It just don't. And my mother just been dealing with that, man. And it's because the pain, the stuff that she dealt with when she was younger, instead of, her dealing with it and really, processing what happened to her and really understanding that those people that did those things to her had problems. Like something was wrong with them and not her. Instead of her fighting for her mental state and fighting for her life, she using the crack to, sedate her mental in a way. She using it to, just to help cope with that trauma. And I've learned that that's what a lot of us out here do. You know what I mean? We turn to these drugs to help us, because you feel good. Everybody want to feel good. We all want to feel good. We all try to not deal with things, especially when it comes in mental. Because when you playing around in your mental, like your mental is like one of the craziest playgrounds to play in. Because if it's not right up there, you'll go crazy. You know what I mean? So, and throughout the years, I've been telling, I told her like, Ma, you just need to, I want to go to therapy. I found a therapist. I set the appointment up. And I don't want to talk about this, or I don't want to, and she just got this thing where she don't want to deal with just her issues and the things she went through. And she went through some serious fucking issues. Like serious issues, man. Like serious. I'm talking about like your father doing stuff to you and like uncles doing stuff to you and your father's wife who was just wicked doing stuff to you. I'm talking about like she went through stuff that as a child, I don't understand how people do that, how they really could do that type of stuff. But it's just some people that just are not right. They're not right. And she just, I guess when, it's probably more people, I know it's more people out here who's like that it feels so hard just to deal with your issues that you rather just get high and get past it. But one thing I do know, once you say to yourself, oh, it's over. I'm just like this. I'm just gonna stay like this. You're not even thinking about, once you stop dreaming and stop just seeing yourself elevate, because some people will just stop and just be like, this is what it is. And it's no, only thing is in their mind, I believe, is just where they get their next high from, where they get their next drink from. Once you stop visualizing yourself, see, even me, when I went through my addictions, or when I was going out there and doing a bunch of dumb stuff, lost in the sauce, I had stopped. I never stopped like dreaming, visualizing stuff, always seeing myself doing more. Always see myself doing more. I never was just like, this is it. I'm addicted to dust. I sell drugs. I'm this, I'm that. I never stopped. I always knew more, that I could do more, that was more out there. And the more and more I started to get in touch with just reading and getting in touch with just how this world works and how energy works and how to man, I'm starting to understand, like, wow, we take stuff way too serious. And my mother still deals with her crack addiction to this day, and she got a fucking pacemaker, man. So it's scary now. It's scary because now it's like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't want you to take that hit and all of a sudden your fucking pacemaker start acting up. You know what I mean? I don't know, start backfiring or whatever. I don't know what I don't understand, but she has a pacemaker. And I don't think she does it as much because I don't know, but at times I could tell. I could tell when Mother hide just on the phone talking to her. Like, it's been going on for so long. Ain't no way to hide it. There's no way to hide it. On the phone, I could tell by the sound of her voice. When I'm around her, I could just tell. You know what I mean? I remember when I was younger, right? And I wasn't that young. But when me and my baby mother broke up, my son mother ended up moving back with my mother for a while. And we had upstairs and downstairs. So I used to be in a room, you know, she used to get high, she just hear do-do-do-do, do-do-do-do-do, 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 do-do-do-do-do. That's her running up and down the stairs, right? So one day I said, man, fuck this, man. I want to actually see her doing this shit. So it was a closet. Like when you come up the stairs, it was like a closet that was right there. And I was in the closet, but I was peeking through like through where the hinges at. Cause the hinges, the door opened that way and the hinges used to be pointing right to where the top of the stairs. So I could look through the hinges and I could just see her come up the stairs. So one day I'm just like, man, fuck this. Let me see exactly what the fuck she doing. So I'm looking at shit. I'm just looking. So I see her go down the stairs. She come out her room, shoot down the stairs, boom, do-do-do-do. Come back up the stairs, do-do-do, look around. Shoot back down the stairs, do-do-do-do, come back up. I mean, going bananas. And I was like, she getting some good motherfucking cardio. Some good ass cardio. But that's what you're getting high for? That's what you're getting high for. Shit hurt it. Then she used to always see smoke. That was another little glitch when she smoked that shit. She see smoke. She'd come up in there, knock on my bedroom door. Some smoke coming. I'm like, ain't no fucking smoke, man. Leave me alone. Ain't no smoke. So one day, she wanna keep talking about smoking shit. So one day, And I used to always like to fuck with it too, because that's the way I used to deal with, things like that. I make it into like a joke, and it's not funny, but that's the way I process the shit. But I fucking took some baby powder, and so I'm standing back in my room, and she geeking now. She ain't geek mode. So I take the baby powder, and I get back, and I start squeezing that shit into that little hallway. When I tell you, man, this would be the fastest firewoman in the world. Soon as I just pressed it, and that first burst of powder came out into it, man, she was there, just slid right into my room. What did I see? Smoke. I said, yeah. I was crying, because I was like, at least you really see something now. You know what I mean? At least you really see some shit. But when I tell you, as soon as that squirt came out and she just shot in my room, I was like, yo, this shit funny but sad. Funny but sad. You know what I mean? And that's why when people be in these videos, all these rap songs talking about, man, I had bricks. You know what I'm saying, man? Home so big cane. Home was the man. Home so big cane. Home this and that. That's not bragging to me. That's not bragging. It's not bragging. That actually hurts. It hurts someone who had to see their people's how they life was because of the shit that people praising you for. Like, you brought that, you helped poison our fucking parents. You know what I mean? So when we celebrate these dudes, this dude, man, I'm the snowman. I had this, I had that. Bricks this, brick. Only thing you telling us is you was one of the ones that was helping fuck up the neighborhood and fuck up our parents and fuck up our lives and fuck up our upbringing because you was pumping that shit. Even though I understand it. Don't get me wrong, because I was pumping some shit too. But what I'm saying is that shouldn't be praised. That shouldn't be praised like that. Because that's fucked up. That's fucked up. It is. Home had it, man. Home had it. He had what? He had all this money because he fucking flooded the hood with fucking crack and dope and, you know what I mean? That shit ain't cool. That shit ain't supposed to be praised. Kudos. And I know what's being praised is just when you ain't from at the bottom and you see somebody just make something. It's like the rags to riches story, the Scarface story. You see someone just go from nothing and get something. I get the celebration because you just happy to see a motherfucker elevate like that. But when you really look at how they elevated, it's fucked up. That's fucked up. Know what I mean? We all was fucked up. I sold heroin. You know what I mean? But, thank you guys for listening. You know what I mean? And I appreciate y'all for just, taking the time out to hear what I gotta say. And it's therapeutic for myself to just get this stuff out. And you know what I'm saying? Just enjoy your life, man. Get the help you need. You need to go see a therapy. You need to see a therapist. Go get you some therapy. Learn to meditate. Learn a good diet. You don't have to be perfect. Just learn about, cut out some of that garbage we eat. I'm in the process of doing that now too. Cut out some of that, man. And just smile, yo. Just smile. And go make somebody else smile. And if a motherfucker be like, yo, why you smiling all the goddamn time? And why you smiling? You so happy? Because Steppa said be happy. That's all you tell them. And Steppa said be happy. That's it. Y'all have a blessed one. Peace.